As the Beastie Boys would explain, you think the story's over, but it's just ready to begin. I took my portable monitor with me when I went to Greece last year. On my way there, I flew Emirates. They weighed my bag, told me my carry-on was too heavy, which, go figure, carrying 2 laptops and a portable monitor, it's going to be heavy. On my way back, I made a concerted effort that I was gonna non-rev on a US-based airline because I didn't want to have to deal with my bag being weighed. Because I was standby, you have to wait till the end of the boarding process to get your ticket. I was about the last person, and they checked to make sure that they had available seats, and they're like, okay, standbys can come up. She looked at my bag and said, you're gonna have to check that. Fine, whatever, that sucks. So I made sure I had both of my laptops in my backpack that I was gonna carry on to the plane. The one thing that I didn't think about was, oh, you've got your portable monitor in here. And I didn't even have it in the bag, like sandwiched between clothes. I just had it on the front in the laptop pocket. So 3 weeks later, when I'm heading out to Lima, I get to my Airbnb, I'm getting ready to set up my work setup. I pop open my portable monitor, plug it in. This is why you don't check your laptops or your tech or anything important. Hi lovelies, welcome to Flirting with Travel. I am Lexi, and if you don't know, I'm a remote worker that works for an airline. Now, in my last video, a ton of people were asking, why do you travel with 2 laptops? It seems like a poor use of space if you have to carry on. One, I have to carry on because I work for an airline, so everywhere I travel, I actually travel as a non-rev passenger. This means that I am flying standby, and here is something to know if you fly non-rev. If your bag gets lost, there's no reimbursement for the lost items or for having to replace your new items. Something to keep in mind, which is why when my bag got lost on my way to Budapest, I was devastated. I've had a few different evolutions of how I pack my items as a remote worker who's traveling for long periods of time. I've really had to hone and perfect my travel setup. So I'm going to walk you through what I use as the most minimal setup that I can come up with that still allows me to be as productive as I need to be for my day job and for my, it's not an evening job, my hobby job. So here's what I travel with. Got my work laptop, our personal laptop, our portable monitor. Never go anywhere without my over-ear headphone, obviously, cell phone, 1 external battery pack. So with this, you can charge 2 cell phones at the same time, and it's got enough battery power to get you from about 1% to 100% twice on your phone. I like to carry my Apple charger. It's just a great MagSafe charger that snaps right onto the back of your phone and starts your charging. The reason why I carry 2 of these, like if you're on an all-day tour, this is the perfect item to just put on your phone in the middle of the day when you need a little extra juice. At the end of a long tour when you're on a bus ride, plug this in and it'll keep your phone from dying while you make it back to your hotel. My Apple Watch. For my personal laptop, I always carry an external hard drive. My universal adapter. What I love about this is that it works for the EU, the US, Australia, and the UK. What's even better is that it has 3 USB-A ports and 1 USB-C port, so you can charge your phone, your watch, your headphones, and 1 other item, and then your laptop. I have my little lav mics that I use when I'm traveling. These are all my tech supplies. So here's what I do to make sure that I never forget a single cord for any of these. And I kid you not, I do this every single time. I'm going to place each cord with the item that it goes to so that I don't forget anything. I've got my Dell cord, my cord and wall brick, a tiny USB-A to USB-C cord for my microphones, USB-C to USB-C cord for my external battery pack, a USB-C to lightning cable for my second external battery pack. For my external hard drive, no idea what this is called, but the cord that goes with it. And because it's a USB-A, I then also carry this so that I can plug it into my laptop. What is great about it is that it has 3 ports for USB-A, 1 USB-C that you can also use as a power port, a micro SD card reader, and an SD card reader, as well as an HDMI port. This is one of my favorites. It is an ultra long 10-foot cable to charge my phone, USB-A to lightning cable. The reason why I take something this long and this cumbersome is because you never know where the outlets are going to be. I can charge my phone from across the room and still have my phone on the nightstand near me. Apple Watch cable for the portable monitor. If I'm plugging it into the Dell, I'm going to need a USB-A to USB-C. I also need a USB-C to HDMI. Then I need a USB-C to USB-C if I want to connect the portable monitor to my personal laptop. My headphone cord to plug in when I'm on the plane. And then a USB-A to USB-C to charge my headphones. We're now going to edit it down to the fewest amount of cords that we can make work. Each of these items charges by USB-C cord, so I'll take 1 for both laptops and 2 additional cords for the rest. These cords are also used for my portable monitor. So now I've cut it down to the least amount of cords that I can take. Let's pack. Okay, I get it. You might be looking at everything I just showed you and you're thinking, that is a lot of stuff. You don't need that much stuff. When I first started traveling remote, I decided to do a 3-week stint in Atlanta. And I figured this is a perfect opportunity because if I find out that I need something, I can run to Best Buy, I can order it online, have it delivered, and continue on. But when I went for that trip, I decided to only take my laptop. I noticed my days were creeping up from my regular 10-hour shift to like 12 and 13 hours a day, simply because I was so used to my home setup where I had multiple screens to toggle between programs. I was beyond frustrated just working off of a laptop. And I found that I had less time to be able to go explore, which was kind of defeating the entire purpose of traveling, because suddenly I'm stuck inside thinking, if I were at home, I'd already be done. I would be out and about enjoying my life instead of still here working. So the second time that I decided to work remotely and travel, I knew I needed to change it up. So this time I got clever. I thought, all we need is an HDMI cord. What we're going to do is hook up my laptop to one of the TVs in my Airbnb. And so I specifically looked for an Airbnb that didn't have a TV mounted to the wall, because I literally took it out of where it sat, put it on the dining room table, hooked my laptop up to it, and thought, this is perfect. I now have a massive computer screen to work off of. Little did I know, and look, this is probably common knowledge, it's just not something that I knew, that the pixels on a TV are very different than the pixels on a monitor. I'm working off of this TV and I'm struggling for life. Let me tell you, trying to code when you are working on a screen that has poor resolution is atrocious. So after that, I got even more clever and I realized, hey, you know what's a thing? Portable monitors. And that was the game changer that we had been looking for. So I picked up a little portable monitor that I can just plug right into my laptops. It doesn't even need to plug into the wall, and it changed the game. Now, is it as big as my monitor at home? No. But it allowed me to either do side by side, move it around to wherever I needed, and it's so easy and convenient, and thin and lightweight. My watch will be worn on the plane, so I don't need to worry about packing that. My cell phone is going to be in my pocket. So this is everything that needs to make it into a bag. I am going to use the Peak Design Tech Pouch. Now, are there smaller bags that you can use? Yes. Are there lighter weight bags that you can use? Also, yes. I personally love using this one because I love the internal organization. Each of these pockets is made out of an elastic fabric. Nothing's gonna fall out because it's all securely placed in here. To start with, I like to pack my bigger items, my block, pop this into the other side. My largest cords, so pop that in one side, charger, one of the pockets along the side. Nice. Then I'll take my microphones and tuck them in to one of the pockets right next to it. And what's great with the elastic pockets is that you can stretch cell phone charger, which will go super easy to work with. My headphones, and that'll pop in on the other side, so you have 3 more pockets over here. I got my cable for my external hard drive. Put that into the last pocket on this side. Okay, so now I've got all 6 of my pockets over here full, all 4 of my pockets. In the middle, you actually have even more pockets, and in there you've got a great place to put your SD cards, which I don't typically travel with. So if I had something small that I was worried might fall out, I would just pop it in here and zip it in so nothing can get in or out. So let's start with, it's gonna go straight in the middle. This side where I've got some space, I'm going to put in my block, which is probably the hardest thing to pack. Then I've got my external hard drive. And last but not least, this bad boy is just gonna sit in there. Now, we can zip it up very neatly. On the back side, I'm gonna put my Belkin. I'm gonna sneak in 1 more cell phone cord. The reason for that is because this is a bit shorter, it's USB, so I can have this on the plane to use. Carry a lot of phone cords because I feel like that is my most broken item. And voila, I now have my tech items. My headphones are just gonna get dropped in. So now I've got my tech items, my cell phone, my watch. These did actually come with a great carrying case that would make them very secure. What I find is that this is just too big, too cumbersome. So these get in where they fit in. Now, has that taken a toll on them? Yes. You are definitely gonna wear out your headphones faster if you don't have a secure place to put them. Because I'm starting to see that after carrying them in my bag, there's a little bit of wear and tear on the leather. So if you were thinking, hey, did I forget something? Like, is there something kind of important missing? And you were thinking, a mouse? I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to travel with this. I loved this little Bluetooth mouse. It's thin, it's sleek. To me, it's like the closest I could get to an Apple Magic Mouse without having to pay Apple Magic Mouse prices. However, while I was in Greece, I got an Airbnb that didn't have a dedicated workspace because I used to kind of roll my eyes and I'm like, whenever they say dedicated workspace, all they mean is that it's like a dining room table and a dining room chair. Any place is gonna have that. I don't know why it wasn't occurring to me when I was looking at this place in Greece. I'm like, it's so cute. It's got all the amenities that I need. It's got a washer. It even has a dishwasher, which I never use, so I don't know why I was so excited about the prospect of a dishwasher. But when I got there, I realized it's got no table and chair. Instead, it has a bar top and bar stools, and it has a couch. I was getting in there and working like the first half of my day on a bar stool, which 5 hours on a bar stool, I was like, oh my gosh. So then I would transition over to the couch. But here's the challenge. It's not like I had a tabletop that I was using when I was sitting on the couch. So I was basically working with my laptop on my lap, my portable monitor sitting on the coffee table that's lower than the laptop. And at first I'd had my mouse sitting on the couch next to me, but it wasn't really rolling on the leather the way I wanted it to. So eventually I started just using the trackpad. Thought, okay, that's fine. Well, At the end of the month, I had just gotten so used to it that by the time I got home, I didn't really unpack my tech bag. I just plugged my laptop into my monitor at home and started working. And it wasn't until about 2 weeks later that I realized, I'm like, you've been working without a mouse at home for like 2 weeks. And after that, I thought, you know what, if you're comfortable with it, just go with it. Because it didn't feel like it was slowing me down. And now I don't have to carry a mouse, even one as small as this. This is one of those like your miles may vary type things where you might decide, hey, I actually do need a mouse to do the work I do. For me, it's just not that important. So that is everything that I packed to travel so that I can work remotely. Trial and error has shown me that every single item that I take is going to get used many times. Is this going to be the setup that works for every single person? No. If you're a remote worker, let me know what your travel setup is like. Are you able to get yours more minimal, or do you travel with way more? I'm very interested in what other people use as their travel setup. So let's chat. Otherwise, peace.